Parents strongly cautioned, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some materials that many parents would not find suitable for children. The programs may contain intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Andy was training on the waterfalls on logs, and apparently Mai was throwing her, well, fans. Yeah, she's a Shiranui. Her Shiranui weapon is like fans. Think of them like Katana's Tensei fans, but I'm not sure if they're bladed or not, but she used fans.
I think they're bladed, actually.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because sometimes most fans can be bladed differently, you know what I mean?
I know.
But, she uses those as weapons, and where she pulls them out of is,
It's never made fully clear. She just pulls them out of nowhere.
Actually, I know where she pulls them out of, to be honest with you.
Hammer space?
Hammer space. She basically pulls them out between her chest. I think she was upset with Andy because not calling him or something like that, but she has made subtle jokes, probably here and the next movie we'll talk about, where the whole fiancé stuff or married and stuff, and Andy's just like, what?
Like I said, for roughly half the movie, apparently Andy was completely clueless that Mai wanted him.
Need my sweets. Goku date me.
But soon enough, Joe was around the scene, and he basically had Andy come over and to the Jubei's house because, for some fucking weird reason, out of nowhere, everyone in the goddamn world knew that Wolfgang fucking Krauser beat Terry in an alleyway.
Somehow.
Again, somehow, and like how some people know about the story of how they know these certain things is never really known or explained, because last time I checked, being beaten in a fucking alleyway isn't really a popular spot for people to know. There's like
the sad thing is, I can see how some people would know, like say Geese Howard. He has an information network of like God knows how long and how large.
Probably, but being out of Southtown, he probably lost some of his power though.
Some, but not all. Yeah, remember, Geese has spies in a lot of places. But I'm trying to figure out how the fuck Joe found this out, to be honest with you.
Last time I checked, aside from Geese's men possibly knowing this, there was only like 3 people in that alleyway. Tony, Terry, and Wolfgang Krauser. I don't know if Wolfgang Krauser spread the word of how, saying, oh, the legendary Hungry Wolf has been defeated, or some shit like that.
He probably did say that! Who knows?
The man is a mystery, an enigma. But either way, they came to it, and basically, Jubei was telling them about the whole Wolfgang Krauser thing, like what we know and what we told him, and a few things. And you may be wondering, what happened to Terry? Well, he was resting his injuries at Tony's mom's house. Oh, and if you wonder, what happened to his hat for most of the majority of the movie? Wolfgang crushed his hat, even though there was like a metal fucking plate on it.
Yeah. Fun fact about Krauser, though, surprisingly.
What is that?
Apparently he comes from a noble family of bodyguards, who are also known to overthrow governments for shits and giggles.
Bodyguards!
Yes.
Governments! Politics! Well then, what a strange world we live in, don't we?
People are so strange.
Andy and Joe were actually gonna go to Germany, where Krauser was, and actually take him on himself. But actually, Jubei had to stand in the way of this one. He was acting serious for this one. He didn't show most of his goofy humor in this. When it comes to most situations like this one, he actually took serious. And to show how serious it is, in order for Andy or Joe to go there, Andy had to beat Jubei.
Not only that, but he also warned Andy specifically not to get involved with Krauser in any capacity, because he knew just how dangerous Krauser really was.
And you may be wondering what Terry might be doing as soon as this was. We don't know if his injuries fully healed from the events, but he did leave Tony's house. Tony followed him thinking his mother drove him out. But Terry mostly tried to keep him behind for a few reasons. One, he didn't want Tony to be involved with what Terry does and stuff. And Terry mostly was following... Tony's mother, I should say, didn't want him to run off and leave her alone. like that, and just she couldn't stand if anything bad happened to him. Let's just say that.
Who can blame her?
If I can imagine so, without a husband there and things like that, it can't be easy.
And at one point, Terry ends up basically sleeping in a park, and some punks tried to rob him in his sleep. But basically, he unfortunately got his ass kicked.
By he means the punks. Because here's the thing. When Terry left, he took a train out to somewhere. Of course, I think it was near Germany area, but I don't know. But, of course, Tony not listening, he somehow was able to get on top of the train and just ride with him, not falling off.
Yeah, because... I'm sorry, but even for anime, that's a stretch.
I'm pretty sure trains are supposed to go really fast where you're not able to be on the train for that long unless you're holding very tightly onto that said train.
Fuck logic, apparently. Even anime logic.
As long as he wasn't doing something stupid on the train, like frickin' doing handstands or shit, that would make me question it. But I digress.
Moving on.
Moving on. Soon enough, and Terry realized Tony was following him, but as much as Terry tried to argue, Tony was stubborn and stick around. And, well, like Hazard said, Terry... Oh, and if you're wondering, did Andy win the fight with Jubei? Yeah, he did. Wasn't a cakewalk, but he did. But soon enough, those three would head to the Germany and things. And Terry actually got himself arrested.
God damn it, Terry.
Because, well, he was getting drunk in the park. Well, before he got to that park, he was basically getting drunk anywhere. Let some punks beat him up, stole his wallet, and got him kicked out of the bar. He was staying at the park. Some thugs thought he smelled like booze and wanted some money. And Terry just told him to fuck off in a way.
Of course.
Say that, but that's how I would say it. I'm thinking he would say it. Just saying a big old fuck off. And of course, Terry didn't even have his gloves on either.
Yeah, he threw his gloves away.
He was a big mess. He was just a complete mess after that. Like, he just lost his pride like Vegeta would. He just gave up on himself.
He was worse than Vegeta in that regard, actually.
I was just saying, like, how Vegeta just mostly gave up during the fight with Final Frieza in a way on Namek.
See, it's like I told you, Vegeta. Like a bitch.
Shut up!
Oh my god, you actually are crying.
I'm not crying! Not!
That sounds about right.
Yeah, but not enough where Terry actually just got himself into a public fight where people heard about this fight and soon enough just broke a guy's hand, beat the shit out of him and his gang, where it got him into jail.
Of course.
And thankfully enough, Joe paid the bail. And soon enough, when Terry got out, Joe was very disappointed of how Terry looked.
So was I.
In his mind, of course, Joe was concerned in his mind how scary was this Wolfgang Krauser guy that screwed up Terry. And even Joe told how him and Andy were planning to go find Krauser, of course. And Terry even gave him the serious warning of not to go after Krauser because of how dangerous he was. And how did that go? Joe left, and did Terry chase after him? No, he just wallowed in his own pity.
Yeah, because apparently it's just such a broken wolf. Well, let's see what you have to say about this so far. I'm curious.
Oh boy, complete randomness.
That wasn't entirely randomness, to be fair.
Well, what do you got to say about this plot so far, Hazard?
Honestly, Terry was clearly a complete fucking mental wreck.
There are most times where he could probably taken a loss, but when it's someone like against Krauser, his spirit was fucking broken.
I wouldn't say broken, I'd say completely shattered like glass.
Into millions of little pieces. But soon enough, things were going awry while Andy and Mai were in Germany and things, trying to get some more information on Wolfgang Krauser and his...
Or in Mai's case, trying to jump Andy's fucking bones.
Drive him crazy. Have my baby.
Never.
Of course. And she considered this a little honeymoon getaway just to spend time with Andy. And as she decided to look around, one of Wolfgang Krause's minions.
Who was it again that challenged him? Oh yeah, Lawrence Blood.
Yeah, funny enough, Lawrence Blood, he's just a fucking matador.
I remembered.
I'm not even joking. If you look at him in the movie and his sprites in the game, he's a matador.
Yeah, much like Vega from Street Fighter.
Yeah, and the fight going between him and Blood was going well a bit, but it didn't end. So it ended where Mike got her guard dropped down and basically captured.
Mm-hmm.
But soon enough, how do I say this? When Andy showed up, he got mad pissed where it only took 3 seconds for Andy to beat the fucking guy.
Can you blame him? He actually cares about Mai. He's apparently just too dense to realize it.
Pretty much.
Adult Swim will return in a